Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Mr. Sato? Somebody is there in the shadows, I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Who could it be? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Oh. I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Grexy? Oh dear me, most terribly sorry, your ladyship, I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in on our conversations? Good grief, listening in? No! I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. Really? I'll write that in my next story about Sherlock Holmes. I assure you, ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is, nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodle-doo, cheerio, all the best, bye and bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish Lord Strongheart, well... Emergency? Lord Strongheart? Nothing, forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off. Oh yeah, we know that they're dealing with another urgent business. And we don't know about that. At all. Alright, Grexy, if you have to, but let's chat soon. Delighted, charmed, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. Oh, Grexy's so funny. He says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the court clerk's office, but now, before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mr. Sato. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. Again, who's gonna do my paperwork if Sato is not here anymore? And so our investigation came to an end. Sato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Sato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. Who's gonna be in the court with me by my side as my assistant? Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Sato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes, Gina was arrested, all in the background of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? What is it? It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. Oh, what a beautiful way to put it. Very nice. Very poetic. But we see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much, but I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruhodo-san. I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry, I've what? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. What's the one final task? You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents. It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGilded case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. With everything else she's had to think about, Susato-san's still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that you are not the best defense lawyer. That I've been a complete failure. Oh no, why would you say that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh, ignore me, I was just mumbling to myself. Why would you say that? Oh, because Kazuma died? Because she blamed me for Kazuma's death? I don't know what she's saying. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 AM. Whoa, that's early. I see, well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Susato-san, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait, there's something I need to say. Hiya! Why are you doing this? What was that for? A secret technique of mine, the Susato shutdown. What? Shutdown? What was I gonna say? Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Oh, Susato-san. I can't hold back my tears now. Susato-san. It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes, and as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Oh damn, we haven't visited Sholmes. Damn, I forgot to visit Sholmes. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. Wait, is that Van Zieks? Maybe? On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Oh, Susato-san, my dear madam. What was that about? Completely forgot about Sholmes. We should have visited him. Did I have a chance to visit him? I actually don't know. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So where's your friend then? Sorry. You know, in the fancy dress. She said goodbye to you yesterday. Did you forget already? Susato, or however you say it, I don't know. Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like, go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Mr. Sato and I won't meet again one day. And also, she's already off, right? Her plane was at, like, in the middle of the night? Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? Oh, Waka, hi. Iris, what are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Ah, Waggy! Great way to show your support, Kitty. Let him have his nose around. What harm can it do? Oh, that reminds me, I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Runo, Ginny? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Good call. Would have done the same. Now, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Oh wow, that was dark. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? How is this? Oh, that was the bad news, yeah. Okay, if that's the bad news, then it can't get worse, right? It was a weather report. So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Okay, so it was completely useless. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkey's really. If only all good news cancelled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pig-purse plunder, see? Wow, a perfect alliteration. How'd you like that? Well, let them say what they want, see if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Runo will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will? And then, in tomorrow's papers the headlines will be... Discharge divers dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Runo? Do-gooder? I wouldn't go that far. Yes, let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work, did it? What? It's like she was still here. Okay. Don't think that sounded like Susie, but okay. I appreciate your effort. Let's take a look at the paper. Pawnbroker perishes in pig-purse plunder. It's the only news. Oh! Oh. What does it say? Ministry something. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. What? Some secrets have been leaked? Overseas from Ministry of Justice. Uh-oh, doesn't sound too good for Strongheart, was it? Pawnbroker perishes in pig-purse plunder. How awful! For Ginny, I mean. Then why do you sound so excited and happy? But tomorrow's headline will be Discharge divers dauntless do-gooder, right? Yeah, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial, perhaps? Protects planet? Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's going to be so great. don't think I can make that happen. Very unlikely.
There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well, look!
Ministry Mo?
Oh, Ministry Mo? Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice.
For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has a finger on the pulse of the world news.
It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that?
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Runo?
No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yes, it could be, and it could explain why he has Graxy running from pillar to post at the moment.
An article about government secrets being leaked to foreign agencies. That is very interesting and somehow relevant to our case.
Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can.
Huh? What are you gonna do?
Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement.
Okay. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Maybe you can create a distraction while I don't know, not forge evidence. Oh yeah, Iris.
Yes, Jenny?
Well, I was wondering is all, about Sholmes. Did they fix him up alright? Oh yeah, we didn't visit Holmes, or we didn't get to visit Sholmes yesterday.
Yes, the operation was a great success, but Hurley still hasn't come around yet.
Oh no, he's still unconscious?
Eh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Oh, right. No Susato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Gina Lesha, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
It's time then.
Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris.
Lead the way, Runo.
Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Who's gonna be the prosecutor? Oh, it's Van Zieks again. What a surprise.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready.
Lord Van Zieks!
My lord.
Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service?
It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again, today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior?
The judge asked this question in the first trial with Lord Van Zieks, but he refused to answer, I think, deflected the question.
In what one might describe as a former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really?
Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder.
Wait. Oh yeah, murder, alright.
I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, Counsel.
There are two types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those worthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large.
He means Mr. McGilded, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Yes, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Magnus McGilded? If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. Betrayal? Allies? What? In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese. Me? What? What? Did you really just say that? Officially? What a racist statement.
He means you now, Runo.
I actually managed to work out that too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zieks' eyes, was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people?
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zieks. So, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind.
Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial.
Yeah, at random. Yeah, like in the last trial where there were like one random juror.
Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant?
Wait, there are some familiar faces. Huh. Oh, wait, the one on the far right, that is the Russian something who blew up something. Wait, I forgot what he actually did, but he's running away from Russia or something.
I'm a lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Types like me were born ready.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. What could I have?
Aren't you the old man that doesn't hear well?
Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric feature awaits. Stop.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
He doesn't even speak English?
Is something wrong, Runo?
Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? Especially in a video game.
Where there's a budget on people's faces and stuff, and animations.
But it's quite strange. The jurors are choosing at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know?
So I feel led to believe, but something tells me I've been being duped.
Very well. Now, Lord Van Zieks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case.
As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print. As the court will observe, there's a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that a bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near-instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that a bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Oh! The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, the court accepts. Send them to the bailiff, please.
Let's look at that right away. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment. We are collecting a lot of evidence. Coroner is Dr. Stevens. Don't tell me Dr. Stevens is a juror in the jury. What the heck? Reporting party Ryunosuke Naruhodo. 1 to 1:30 a.m. time of death. Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back, no other visible signs of trauma. Instant death from a posterior anterior bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. And here's the photograph. We saw this picture before. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In the sealed chamber there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand a gun used to fire the fatal bullet.
Well, that's that then, isn't it? There's nothing more to say.
Isn't that Harvey a good pickpocket anyway? He's one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End.
Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before we got blood on our hands then. Oh, what are the jurors waiting for? The girl's
Guilty as hell! We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting this case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses.
Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pig purse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth.
The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Send them to the bailiff, please.
At once, my lord. This isn't good. Okay, let's take a look at the new evidence. We have the floor plan. This looks familiar enough. And the pistol. This is Mr. Windybank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Windybank always used to keep this gun to hand on his shop counter.
To hand? Oh yeah. Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right, to keep all the pawned articles that were in his care safe.
By killing himself? What? But his one bullet was fired that night and a poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder, trying to keep the articles safe? Someone must have wrestled it out of his hands or something.
I feel like the moon in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Runo.
I think that's because it has. Oh, he took off his coat right away. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on 16th April of this year.